works. By the way, my name is Liz. I have an unusual true story to share about how I saved my baby boy's life and lost 110 pounds, going from this to this, after my husband left me because he said I was too fat. So if you're wondering if this works for regular people who have a super slow metabolism, whose bodies were forever changed by having children, and who hate to diet and exercise, the answer is a resounding yes. And when I started sharing my secret with my friends and their parents in my community, something crazy happened. Christina Long lost 74 pounds and bought her first bikini at age 60 and said, "I used to weigh myself every morning. It didn't matter how strict my diet was or how long I'd spend on the elliptical. I never lost any weight. It got so bad that my scale stopped working because I was too heavy. After going through Liz's presentation, I finally realized why my body refused to let go of my extra weight for all these years. Finally, I had some hope. 74 pounds later, and I feel like a completely different person. I'm so glad I gave it a try. And now I actually look forward to stepping on the scale each morning." I know you're probably skeptical right now, and I don't blame you, because I would be too if I hadn't seen firsthand what it did to my body and my belly. After 3 pregnancies, getting up to 290 pounds, and yo-yo dieting for years, I thought my body was broken. My metabolism was always really slow, and I could never lose any fat, until I stumbled upon this trim tea ritual off the coastline of the Indian Ocean, where everyone is thin, lean, and healthy, in their 30s all the way up to their 90s. And when I saw how quickly it transformed my body and my belly, along with some of my closest friends and family who were overweight their entire lives, I became a believer, because I just couldn't ignore the results anymore. This has nothing to do with starving yourself, cutting carbs, skipping meals, and you don't even have to do any exercise if you don't want to. There's no counting points, there's no counting calories, and there's no complicated rules to follow whatsoever. All you have to do is follow this simple ritual every morning before you eat breakfast, so your body starts burning calories at a faster rate, along with burning up your belly fat for energy. My belly fat started burning off within 24 hours, after having 3 kids and weighing close to 290 pounds, even though my husband left me and I was severely depressed. So if I can lose over 100 pounds and flatten my stomach at the same time, after everything my body has been through, then there's no reason you can't do it too. Because I'm nothing special. I just stumbled upon something that worked and stuck with it because my belly was flattening out so fast. People asked if I had gotten lipo or a tummy tuck because they couldn't believe all my flab and fat could just disappear like that. But once you discover the science behind why this trim tea works so well, then it's only a matter of time before your friends start asking you what your secret is. It doesn't matter if you have 15 pounds to lose or 115, if you're 40 years old or 90 years young, if you have horrible genetics and a super slow metabolism, or if you've never lost a single pound in your entire life. None of that matters, because I can guarantee whatever you tried in the past did not include the breakthrough that you're going to discover here today. Rita lost 41 pounds, 7 inches off her waist, and has a clean bill of health at 58. She wrote in and said, "My family has a history of high cholesterol and heart problems, and my doctor made it crystal clear. If I didn't make any changes, I'd be next. I'd get exhausted walking up the stairs to tuck in my grandkids when they'd stay over for the weekend." Then I heard Liz's story. I figured if she could do it, then why couldn't I? For the first time, I have a clean bill of health after losing 41 pounds and 7 inches off my waist. But the best part is the extra energy I have every day. Just being more active with my grandkids feels amazing. I feel like I have my life back. What I'm about to share with you is brand new and extremely controversial, and it goes against what everyone is telling you when it comes to fast and sustainable weight loss. So please, stick with me for the next 60 seconds, because I'm going to show you exactly what to do to start losing 10, 20, even 30 pounds of pure raw fat right from your own home. The weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, and some of the higher-ups noticed the results I was posting on social media, so they're doing everything they can to shut this video down. Because if you realize how easy and simple it is to actually burn fat and lose weight without their prescription medications, expensive gym memberships, and bogus detoxes and cleanses, they stand to lose billions of dollars. So please, don't close out of this video, because I can't guarantee it will still be here tomorrow. By the way, my name is Liz. I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a personal trainer. I'm just a single mom from St. Louis, Missouri, whose husband left her and almost lost 2 of my babies during childbirth because of my weight. My husband walking out on me because I gained over 80 pounds during our marriage was one of the hardest moments of my life. My self-esteem was shattered. The only man I ever loved slammed the door right in my face. I felt paralyzed, like I couldn't go on. And there I was with 2 baby boys and a baby girl, my life in shambles, crying myself to sleep every single night for months, not knowing if things were ever going to change. And so with my back up against the wall, I made a vow to myself and my 3 kids, right then and there, to get rid of all of the extra weight. I wanted my ex to eat his heart out the next time he saw me. Not just to prove him wrong and make him jealous. I wanted to do it for me, because my kids deserve a mom who is active, can get down on the ground and play with them. Someone who's going to be there for the long haul. I just couldn't be one of those moms who sat on the sidelines while their kids' lives passed them by. The only problem was I had no idea what to do. I know that sounds silly, because if you want to lose weight, you should just eat more salads and protein while cutting out all the junk, right? Well, that's exactly what I had been doing for the past 10 years. You name a diet out there, I tried it. I was counting points, I was eating whole foods, I was fasting in the morning, I was going for long walks, I ran while pushing the stroller, I gave up fast food, no liquid calories. I cooked most of my own meals and rarely ate out. I even cut out my weekend glasses of wine. And yet, after those first few pounds came off, I got stuck. My body stalled and my weight plateaued. Like clockwork, this happened every single time. And it's not just because I had kids. I know most women blame their bodies after having kids because losing weight can seem virtually impossible once you become a mom. But for me, losing weight has been impossible my entire life. When I was a teenager, 3 of my friends and I were hanging out at the mall. When it was time to eat, we went to our favorite place, but there was an hour-long wait. When we finally got inside, the hostess walked us to our booth. And as I went to sit down, I quickly realized I wasn't gonna fit. I literally could not fit in the booth. Completely humiliated, I told my friends to stay and eat while I rushed out the door with tears pouring down my face. I still think about it all the time because it was so humiliating. I have dozens of stories just like that. Because when you grow up overweight, you really don't fit into the world around you. It's like everything is there to make you remember that you're bigger than everyone else. So if you've ever felt insecure, self-conscious, or just plain frustrated with your weight or your body, just know you're not alone. There's thousands of us, just like you, going through the same struggles, the same embarrassment, and the same emotional pain. But as things kept getting worse and worse, a sliver of hope peeked through the dark clouds. And this simple purple tea ritual practically fell into my lap at the moment I was least expecting it. I had just gotten my kids down for the night. Getting 3 kids in bed at the same time is so exhausting. I felt like I had just run 5 miles, and so I went over to the couch to veg out, since this was my only true mommy time where no one needed anything from me. As I was scrolling through social media on my phone, one of my friends who's a fitness coach shared an article from the US National Library of Medicine. It was about how every person has their own personal set point when it comes to their weight. Basically, we each have a genetically programmed weight that our body wants to be at, based on your gender, DNA, genetics, hormones, and other psychological elements, much like your hair, height, and eye color. You don't have any control over this. That's why some people are naturally heavy, while others are more petite or thin. And your body will fight to stay within 10 to 20 pounds of your set point, no matter what. Some people have a set point of 120 pounds, like your skinny friend who eats whatever she wants and never gains a pound. For others, it's 185 pounds, or 215 pounds. There's not much you can do about it. Just think, how many times have you hit a plateau? In the beginning, you lose those first 5 to 10 pounds pretty easily, and you can't help but get excited. Then your weight completely stalls. This sudden halt in weight loss is because your body is fighting to maintain its set point for survival. That's why you naturally become hungrier, and your metabolism slows down as you begin to lose weight. This is your body fighting to return to its normal weight, because that's where it wants to be. Unlike you, your body doesn't want to get rid of an extra 15 to 30 pounds as quickly as possible, and so it fights back to hang on to your fat, just in case of emergency. Now, I don't want to bore you with all the science behind this, but to maintain your body's set point weight, your brain constantly monitors how much food you're eating and responds by releasing hormones that either increase or decrease hunger levels. If you've ever been on a diet, your body is likely releasing hormones that increase hunger, which is why diets are so hard to stick to. Because your body senses that you're losing weight and it ramps up your hunger hormone until you cave in, start eating more, so your weight returns to its set point. I sat there reading this article stunned. I felt like they were talking directly to me.